close the door with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three.
Lined into left field for a base hit. Hit in the air. That's going to be the second baseman. They have a chance for two, and they got him.
Run. The throw is in time for the out.
Lifted high into left field. Ball is way back, and that ball is way gone.
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
From Castleton here, as we've got the 7-3 matchup between the Enderlin Eagles and the Northern Cass Jaguars coming up here from Castleton. 2 games in the books. Game 3 about to take place. This is the Norman County and Red River Valley Speedway pre-game show, as we have a couple teams looking to punch their ticket to the next round and looking for a date with Kindred in Game 4 that will be taking place at 6:30 tonight. Josh Boyko with you here alongside Chase Miller on the call, and we'll send it to break now and come back with our interviews and more after this.
Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
Welcome back to our Dakota Heritage Bank pregame interview with Kevin Bratland of the Enderlin Eagles. And Coach, what's the energy like in this dugout heading into Region 1 tournament time?
We felt like we're playing our best ball right now. Obviously, you know, we won the play-in game 5-1. It's good. Our kids have worked pretty hard to get to this point. You look at our roster, we're pretty young, but the big thing has been our pitching has really come around. You know, about mid-season, about now, where we're finally throwing consistent strikes. So the kids have been pretty upbeat this week.
And what's the adjustment with that pitching that improved it throughout the season?
Well, the main just throwing strikes. You know, you keep tinkering with mechanics and this and that, and you know, they mature in that process, and finally, you know, they get some confidence, and they're not afraid to throw the ball over the plate, and that's what's been happening for us.
And who do you have to look out for on the Northern Cass side? A bat you might have to dodge or a pitcher?
Well, the one thing about Sam and Northern Cass is they're strong fundamentally, up and down the lineup. They're going to put the pressure on you, but, the top 4 guys in the lineup are pretty good. OC, Hussar, and Hoyland, pretty good sticks there, along with Carter Waitsa behind the plate. You don't find better catchers than that.
And then what are you looking forward to most about this tournament time, and what do you enjoy most about coaching this team?
Well, tournament time, I've been in this a long time. There's nothing better than tournament time. You're hoping to be playing your best ball, and we feel like we are, probably not the caliber of the upper echelon teams, but it's a pretty good goal of ours was just to get here, and the rest of it, we're playing with house money, free money here, and we're just hoping to be competitive.
Well, you certainly made it here, and good luck today, Coach.
Thanks.
We'll return on our pregame show after this, and that was Kevin Bradland of the Enderlin Eagles.
Meet Blake, the messiest 4-year-old on the planet. He's no ordinary durability tester. Meet SmartStrand, no ordinary carpet. With all pet protection, it's the softest, most durable, easiest to clean carpet on the planet. When Blake's barn got a comfy makeover, SmartStrand came clean, even went up against a 2-ton rhino. Made to withstand all walks of life. Ask for SmartStrand, rhino tested, rhino approved.
Available at Carpet World, carpetworldfargo.com.
Coach Neva.
And welcome to our Dakota Heritage Bank pregame interview with Coach Sam Johnson from the Northern Cass Jaguars. And Coach, what do you expect out here today with Region 1 tournament kicking off for you guys?
Yeah, it's a beautiful day to play baseball. We're really excited to get going here. We know we got to come ready to play against Enderlin. They got a couple guys on the hill that can throw and throw us for a loop. So we got to come ready to play. And, granted, willing that we play well, we got to look forward to game 2 right away. Get some rest and recovery, some fluids in us. And it's going to be a long day of baseball for us because I'm optimistic.
And what do you like about having Metzger on the mound today?
Really excited for Matthew. I think it's a good opportunity for him to get out there, low pitch count, try to pound the zone early, get us out of innings pretty quick so we can come back and hopefully give us another run later in the tournament.
And then who do you expect to come through for you on offense today? Who's the bat to look out for in your lineup?
Yeah, we got a couple of guys that are pretty hot right now. Trey Hussar is up there, and Sam Clemens starting to come around a little bit. Had a slow start to the year, but really starting to hit big-time hits with runners in scoring position. And then we also have Carter Waitsa, who's just been consistent for us all year. And I'm looking forward to those 3, 4, 5 guys to really give us some production today.
How nice is it to have someone like a Hussar on the mound that you can say for later in this tournament, perhaps?
He's one of our not-so-secret weapons anymore. But we're really happy to have him fully bought into our program. And he's just a really good kid. He's a good leader, good teammate. He works super hard. And a lot of families don't see that work being put in, and they just think he's really gifted, but he loves baseball. It's going to be a really fun tournament for him to come show out and do what he does best.
And what are the keys to getting a win here today against Enderlin?
We got to put the ball in play. We can't strike out, and we got to have less than 1 or less errors throughout the game today.
Well, good luck tonight, Coach, this afternoon, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, Josh.
All right, we'll continue on our pregame show after this.
You're feeling that spring sensation, and that means it's time to put a spring in your step over to Mayport Hardware. They've got it all, the seeds, soil, pots, and garden tools you need to make your green thumb glow. If you're spring cleaning, pick up some paint or rakes to spruce up your home and yard. They also have appliances to put that tax refund to good use, and the bikes and lawnmowers, they're just ready to roll out the door. Keep that spring sensation at Mayport Hardware, Trail County's Hardware Hank on Main Street in Mayville.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
And welcome to Castleton here as we're getting our third game underway. Northern Cass and Enderlin going at it with a shot at a date with Kindred later tonight at 6:30 will be the next game and the fourth and final game of our broadcast here on YourLiveEvent.com. And this has been the Norman County Raceway and Red River Valley Speedway pregame show. Check out the World of Outlaws late models on June 29th in Ada. Tickets are now available at NormanCountyRaceway.com. And let's get into the starting lineups now for both of these teams as Northern Cass has taken the field and the mound and are ready to go. Northern Cass will send out Matthew Metzger to the mound, and Metzger getting the start, one of their top three pitchers that they like to throw out there. And he will be facing the lineup of Anthony Wendell, Jacob Simbura, Cashton Wadeson, Braden Lemnis, Orion Adargo, Weston Clausen, Ethan Simbura, Maverick Sandvig, and Carson Gruba. Metzger delivers a first pitch strike, and we are underway. Time of first pitch is 4:06 p.m., and Matthew Metzger, we heard from Sam Johnson a little bit earlier. We know he likes to throw strikes and is a good quality strike thrower, and he's got two pitches in there right away, and the third missing just off the plate, 1 and 2, to the center fielder, leading off Anthony Wendell. In there, the off-speed pitch for a backwards K to start things off. Wendell with the looking strikeout.
Yeah, Metzger kind of reminiscent to Grayson Doctor almost in that first game. Really good off-speed pitch there. Josh able to locate it, and so far Metzger did a good job getting ahead of Wendell for the punch-out.
And they'll bring up Jacob Simbura, the left fielder, stands in there left-handed, takes outside for ball number 1. Northern Cass in their home black uniforms with the yellow gold trim and letters. Metzger's second offering misses outside, and then Enderlin in the bright orange traffic cone construction colored orange with the white and orange lettering and trim. 2 balls and a strike to the second batter in Simbura. This ball is golfed out to right field, hit well down the line, going towards the foul pole and taking the right fielder Gage Hansen all the way to the wall. It lands in foul territory just by a few feet.
Yeah, it's one where you just kind of get around on it a little early, but with the wind that's also pushing it down the right field line as it's done from the morning to the afternoon, Josh, kind of blowing in from left field a little.
Yeah, that one was golfed out to the corner right there, and we'll do it again at 2 and 2 with Simbura at the plate. Stands over the plate and takes strike 3 on the outside third. So 2 looking strikeouts of Wendell and Simbura will bring up Cashton Wadeson. Good start for Metzger. Sam Johnson expects him to be able to keep the pitch count in manageable position this afternoon with the quality of strikes that he's used to throwing. And he has another one. That's an off-speed pitch on the outer third. And Chase, how important is it and valuable is it to be able to locate a first pitch off-speed in there?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, you've always heard in baseball you kind of hunt fastballs a little bit, and if you can throw an off-speed pitch or a slider of some sort and kind of get the batters off kilter, it puts something else that they have to worry about into their mind a little bit, and you just can't sit on the fastball then, Josh.
There was the fastball on the outer third. It's 1 and 2 with 2 outs. Metzger a good pitch away from getting out of the inning, and he overcooked that one. It's outside, 2 and 2. Wadeson, the third baseman, stands in there right-handed, wears the number 6 on his back. Stands middle of the box, 2 and 2. Taken outside to fill up the count. Good offering from Metzger there, but Wadeson did not bite.
Didn't miss by much, though. You'll gladly miss there all afternoon, Josh.
Yeah, much rather miss on the just off the plate than over the middle. That one not close, though, and it's going to be a walk after Metzger got ahead, and he puts a runner on base with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Braden Lemnis. Shortstop bats in the cleanup spot. Will step in right-handed with the flames on the bat. decent-sized lead at first. This ball is tomahawked to left field, but right at the left fielder, Carter Westland, and that will retire the side in efficient order. 4 batters faced by Matthew Metzger, and we go to the bottom of the first, scoreless on the Bank North scoreboard.
At Thompson Public Schools, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit their website, tps-k12.org, for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and more. Follow them on social media and share in Tommy Pride with student updates and events with Thompson Public Schools. Thompson Public Schools thanks all students, staff, parents, alumni, and community members for their continued support. Good luck to the Tommies. Learn more at tps-k12.org.
If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Maddox, Page, and Castleton. Or visit our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 109 Main Street in Hunter.
And welcome back to Castleton with a scoreless tie through a half inning. Northern Cass with the bats coming to the plate here in the bottom of the first, and they will be tasked with trying to solve Orion Adargo from Enderlin. Adargo will be on the mound, and going to the plate first will be the leadoff hitter Jacob Ossie, the second baseman. Adargo misses outside for the first pitch, and he'll face the lineup of Jacob Ossie, Chris Hoyland, Trey Huzar, Carter Wadeson, Sam Clemon, Matthew Hoppy, Colin Mitchell, Carter Westland, Matthew Metzger. Colin Mitchell is DHing for Gage Hansen, who will not bat but plays right field. 2 balls and a strike to Ossie. That ball misses low, and we heard from Kevin Bratland earlier on our Dakota Heritage Bank pregame interviews, and he said Jacob Ossie and that top third of the order are some guys that you really need to look out for, as Ossie is going to earn the base on balls. And those interviews were brought to you by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage, sharing their future, with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. dhbanknd.com. So the speed of Ossie is on at first right away. I'll bring up the shortstop Chris Hoyland, who takes a strike. Hoyland last week against Kindred had a solid outing with a few hits in there, RBI as well. Hoyland, a very important part of what Northern Cass is able to accomplish on offense. Ossie stays put. Not anymore, though, as that ball is going to kick away from the catcher Carson Gruba. So down to second goes Ossie shortly after his walk, and the count is 1-1 to his teammate in the batter's box, Chris Hoyland.
And those are the little things against, the higher seed, if you will, Josh, that you just can't do, and we'll see if Northern Cass can take advantage of it here.
This ball's popped foul over to the left side now. 1-2.
As they played earlier this season, Northern Cass won 2, Enderlin did win 1, but in the second game, in that doubleheader, Northern Cass kind of got some younger guys in the lineup a little bit. So 4th time these two teams have met this season.
Adargo comes set. His 1-2 is in there for strike 3. Bends back over the outer third of the plate, and Hoyland is sat down looking.
good strikeout, good off speed there by Adargo. The one thing I think, Josh, yes, we saw Jackson Parker in the last game really use that fastball, but in game number 1, we saw Doctor use the curve, and now Adargo, if he can hit the curve similar to that and keep it low, that's going to be an awfully good pitch for him against these Jake's batters.
And he tried to throw it first pitch right there to Trey Huzar, but he ended up missing just outside, didn't get as much movement back to the corner. Runner still at second is Osi, as Huzar hits this one into left. Over, a diving attempt is not completed in left field. 1 run will score. Huzar is going to hold up at second base with an RBI double off the glove of Jacob Simbura in left field.
Really good effort out in left. Went full out for it. If you make the catch, you're not giving up a run. That's like the catch-22, right? If you dive, you don't keep it in front of you. You know a run's coming in. If you can make it, then there's 2 down.
And that makes it 1-0 on the Bank North scoreboard. Now, as stepping in comes Carter Wadeson, and we heard from Kevin Bratland earlier. He said it doesn't get any better than Wadeson behind the plate. Very complimentary of Wadeson's work as a catcher, and he is the cleanup hitter as well for this Northern Cass squad.
Yeah, talking with Sam Johnson earlier in the year, he said, yes, we do got the Metzgers and the Huzars, and we got really good pitching, but we got a guy behind the plate that does an awfully good job, and someone he feels that is the best in the region and probably in this side of the state too with Wadeson.
No balls, 2 strikes to him, and he gets a little bit of chin music up and in.
These are the things early on against Northern Cass, as we saw with Oak Grove. They got up early. They kept the lead. Central Cass against Oak Grove in Game 2 got up early, kept the lead.
1-2 misses. But one run in already on the Trey Huzar RBI double. And it's 2-2 now to the cleanup hitter Wadeson. Clement waits on deck. Swung on and missed, and there is a strikeout, second of the inning for Orion Adargo. He sat down Hoyland looking, and now Wadeson swinging, and looks to get out Clement and get out of this inning with just 1 run earned.
Enderlin picked up the win with Wadeson on the mound in their playing game against the Ball Stars of Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Rossolt, and Lidgerwood with that co-op, so able to pick up the win and throw out over 100-plus pitches in their win earlier in the week, Josh, on Tuesday.
Lined up the middle. This is going to be played on a bounce. Throw to first is going to get away, and that's going to allow another run to score and make it 2-0 in favor of Northern Cass. That ball just kind of died on the infield right there, as it did have some lift to it initially. Got past the pitcher Adargo, bounces in front of the second baseman Weston Clausen, and then he was unable to make a play at first on the bounce. So now 2-0 Northern Cass. Swung on and missed by Hoppy.
And for Clausen, it's easier setup here than playing, right? You're trying to get out of the inning, not give up a run, but if you just smother that one and say, you know what, there's pretty good wheels by Sam, why don't we just eat it and see if Adargo then has runners at the corners and doesn't have to worry about giving up that run. But because where Trey Huzar was with the air, he's able to round third, Josh, and come in and score. So Jake's take advantage of an error there here in the first.
Adargo will step off and get himself ready for this next at-bat here with Matthew Hoppy, the third baseman, stepping in. A 1-1 count. Misses for 2-1, and important that he can shut down Northern Cass right now and not let this inning get out of hand more. It's when you get the crooked number of 3+ that when things just start to kind of unravel. Throw down to second. It's going to be into the runner, and down to second goes Clement. Hitters count now for the Jaguars' third baseman, with the designated hitter Mitchell awaiting in the on-deck circle. Popped up right side, could be playable, drifting into foul territory. The first baseman's got it measured, and the catch by Ethan Simbura is made to retire the side. 2-0 on the Bank North scoreboard. Northern Cass on top. We head to the second on YourLiveEvent.com.
It's the most prestigious, challenging, rewarding tour on dirt. The most wanted
At Dakota Heritage Bank, we know your schedules can get hectic, and you don't always have time to get to the bank during regular banking hours. We make it easy for you with mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay, services that we offer for free. This is Michelle with Dakota Heritage Bank, inviting you to do your banking with us anytime, anywhere. Just go to dhbanknd.com or download the mobile app for convenient on-the-go banking, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If you're looking for a good time at the racetrack, you can hit up the Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo. They got Friday night races at 7 o'clock, and you can check out the World of Outlaws Sprint Cars on August 24th. For more information, go to redrivervalleyspeedway.com, and you can check that out with Racing on the Radio with R&J Broadcasting.
Yeah, you've done that a couple of times. What do you like most about the races, Josh? You know, it's kind of the start of the season in May. Fingers crossed, no more showers on Friday night. But what do you enjoy most about the local racetracks around the region?
Yeah, season opener last week. That was a fun one. We had a lot of good finishes. Just racing is fun to see for me, and we got a lot of nose-to-tail running, a lot of side-by-side. We saw even 4 wide on a crazy short dirt track out there in West Fargo. So if you want to see some epic racing, definitely hit up the Red River Valley Speedway at the fairgrounds in West Fargo. A little bit of shade coming over the field right now in Central Cass as Matthew Metzger is back out. Gets a swing and a miss here to even the count at 1. Orion Adargo, his pitching mate, steps into the batter's box. 1-1. This ball is belted to left field, and the left fielder is just going to turn and run. This is going to land on the warning track and up against the wall. It's going to be a stand-up ringing double off the left field warning track. And that's a great leadoff base runner. That's a great sign for the Eagles right there as Adargo flies into second base.
Yeah, without question. That was a ringing double, as you alluded to, Josh. Really good job by Oren, kind of helping himself with his own cause, if you will, a little bit here. As we alluded to earlier, no matter what happens in today's games, you're not eliminated, but you can put yourself in a really good position moving forward. And the Eagles right there will see what they can do with a leadoff double.
Yeah, we saw in the first game for Oak Grove with Doctor helping his own cause with a home run and 4 runs batted in. And now we see Orion Adargo with a leadoff double helping his cause, trying to get back into this one. Weston Clausen squares to bunt and lines this one off his dugout foul.
Crazy thing going back to Central Cass. They've won 3 straight. Obviously, no one played COVID year. The last team that won it that wasn't COVID year was Enderlin Maple Valley, the Falcons, at that particular time. So Enderlin's kind of got the history of someone other than Central Cass most recently making it to state. Now, all of a sudden you say 2019, Josh, and you fast forward, that's a whole graduation class that's gone freshman through high school already at that particular juncture.
Yeah, 2019 seems like a long time away from with all that's gone on since. No balls, 2 strikes, and there's a strikeout for Metzger. Down goes Clausen swinging. And I'll bring up Ethan Simbura, the first baseman, bats 7th in the order.
And Simbura here has a chance to, again, we've said it earlier on, you know, in the first couple innings, you know, you want to have productive outs bare minimum if you're going to get guys on base, move guys around. Now all of a sudden maybe up to Ethan to see if he can hit one up the middle.
Simbura takes, and there goes the runner to third, and taking a couple steps turn is Adargo, making it on the wild pitch.
And there's the exact reason from Clausen or anybody who's up earlier, right? If you get the runner over to third, you get a wild pitch. It just adds another way that you can score a run here. So regardless, it still works for Enderlin as some of the corners come in here on the infield.
Yeah, Minnesota Twins fans from last year know that strikeouts don't really usually help as productive outs. And Sam Johnson alluded to that in his Dakota Heritage Bank pregame interview, that they have to avoid the strikeout at all costs and just be putting the ball in play, whether it's jam shots or barrels. They got to get the ball in the field. 3 balls, no strikes to Ethan Simbura, the first baseman for Enderlin, and he takes one down the middle.
I think Ethan was taking all the way there, trying to see if he can get the tying run at least, you know, on board.
It's the bottom third of the order with Simbura, as he either got hit by the pitch or it just missed him, but it doesn't matter. He's going to take his base on balls. That'll bring up the 8-hitter, Maverick Sandvig, and it'll have runners at the corners. Sandvig, the right fielder, steps in, bats right-handed, and Carter Wadeson will give the first and third signs now in case of the steal.
See how Enderlin can try to manufacture a run here at least in this second.
In there for a strike as Metzger gets ahead. That's important in this juncture of the inning right here. Already lost one to base on balls. Got a runner at third. Don't want to be putting any more free passes out there. No balls and a strike from Metzger. This ball's popped up back towards us, foul off the netting, and it's no balls, 2 strikes now after the failed bunt attempt.
And for Maverick, that was more of not a suicide squeeze because the runner at third and Oren was not coming down. That was more almost of a safety squeeze. Try to at least put something in play, move the runner into scoring position, and then maybe just have Oren read where the baseball is to try to come down from third. But he was staying put at third. It wasn't a suicide.
And the show was a little bit late even. Swung on and missed, and down goes Sandvig for the second out. So the runner's still sitting at the corners, and Carson Gruba comes up to the plate with 2 down. Runners at the corners still after a couple strikeouts. Didn't help get the runner in from third.
Metzger's been efficient today with his 4 strikeouts, a couple of walks, but almost, Josh, that's kind of in your favor. You can be effectively wild. Sometimes if you're the Brad Rackies of the world where you know you're always going to be in the zone. Francisco Liriano, threw a no-hitter, but he had, 6-7 walks in that particular game with the White Sox. So if he can be close to the zone enough, that can help a pitcher.
There goes the runner down to second. They're going to throw all the way through, and the runner is going to score from third as Wadeson's throw gets into center field and shallow just onto the grass center field. So they were going to try and gun down the runner at second to try and end the inning before the run could cross home plate, but instead the throw skips, and there will be a runner at second with 2 outs, and our first run for Enderlin has crossed the plate. A ball and no strikes. Now 2-0.
You're giving Brotland, you kind of forced the issue there with what you were saying, right? It took Waits, and if he's a little off, that run's going to come in and score. If you do get thrown out at second, as you alluded to, Josh, then that's the end of an inning. So you take the chance. You're able to manufacture a run, though, in some way, somehow, and now all of a sudden you got the tying run in scoring position for the Eagles.
Yeah, pretty difficult to throw out in high school runners at second base, but didn't have probably their most elite base stealer at first, so that's the gamble that you take right there of can you get that runner home before a tag is potentially made, but you also make the defense have to be perfect in their throw down to second base. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to the catcher Carson Gruba, looking to tie this game with a base knock. Wrapped on the ground to third base. Throw to first by Hoppy is there in time for the out. So Gruba on the 5-3 put out is the last out of the inning, but not before. Enderlin is able to strike back on the Bank North scoreboard. They trail this time 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the second.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
Did you know that Bassett Motors has over 300 pre-owned vehicles to choose from and a great selection of new vehicles arriving daily? At Bassett Motors, hometown hospitality and personal service is their goal. Come and experience a relaxed buying process. They will handle everything from financing and licensing to accessorizing your new vehicle. Give them a call at 701-652-2955 or check them out online at BessetMotors.com. Beset Motors, where our customers send their friends.
The Bank North scoreboard reads 2-1 in favor of Northern Cass as Orion Adargo comes out for another inning of work. It'll be the bats coming up for the second time, starting with Colin Mitchell, Carter Westland, and Matthew Metzger, the bottom third of the Northern Cass order. Swung on, foul tipped into the glove from Mitchell into the glove of Gruba. 0-1 misses high.
So far, Dargo and Metzger, they don't waste too much time on the mound either, Josh. They kind of get the ball, get their set of where they want to go, and it's fired just like that.
Yeah, Dargo comes back quickly with the off-speed pitch running off the plate into the left-handed batter's box. Earns the chase from Mitchell. It's 1-2. Looking for a nice leadoff out. Mitchell down the right field line. That's going to be foul. Good job of protecting there from Mitchell, though, as he went down the right field line. Wasn't fouled by much. Got a decent piece of the bat on it.
Those are the things, right? You just start wasting pitches against a pitcher. Maybe you get 3 or 4 here in this at-bat. You let the on-deck batter with Westland maybe see something on a particular curve or a fastball and just try to get a better feel for what's to come in his at-bat.
1-2, tomahawked foul, and again, he spoils it, and again, lets Westland see one more pitch from the on-deck circle, and the opposing mound mate Metzger awaits in the hole.
Dargo kind of went up with the fastball, see if he goes away with the curve.
To the left side, backhanded and not handled at short, and they'll just eat it. Mitchell with an infield base hit. And here comes the aforementioned Westland from the on-deck circle. The left fielder will step in, bat right-handed. Where's number 11? So a leadoff runner on first. With nobody out, we'll bring to the plate Westland. Takes a ball as the third baseman, Wadeson, was crashing in. The runner on first is Mitchell. Check on the runner at first, Mitchell. He's back in safely. This ball is driven to the gap in left center field. The center field ranging over, making the catch is Anthony Wendell for the first out of the inning. That's a big out right there because that was some loud contact, but Wendell's able to range over and cut that one off before any trouble could happen.
Well, not too bad. Westland put one on the screws. It's what you'd like if you're Sam Johnson, but if you're the Enderlin Eagles, Wendell just kind of was shading a little bit over to left center field, help him kind of track the alley a little bit quicker there, Josh.
Metzger's going to square the bunt. Throw down to second base is there, but the runner is safe. So Mitchell is into second base. Metzger up on the count 1-0.
Yeah, good job by Mitchell going right off the bat here. Now all of a sudden you give Metzger a couple more opportunities with that top third of the lineup due up after this here, Josh.
Squaring the bunt, back down to the pitcher, and not handled. Throwback to second, gets away and into right field. The runner will not advance. Mitchell will stay at second base after giving it a couple seconds of thought right there. Indecisive, decides to stay put at second.
Yeah, if you're going right away with Mitchell, if he saw where the ball was, he had enough time to scamper to third base. But by the time you kind of hesitate, you kind of go from second gear to first to park. It's better just to stay at second. And again, for Metzger, you put the ball in play, something good happens, it's an error, and now you get the top of the lineup on with a couple of guys on.
Back to the top of the order with OC squares to bunt. 1-0 to the second baseman, who walked in his first plate appearance. Runners at first and second. Squares again, lays it down. This is a perfect one. Throw up the first base line is not in time. That is exactly how you draw it up right there to bunt for a base hit.
This is the definition of small ball variety, right? You keep putting the ball in play, forcing the infield to make a play. You get an extra out with the air. All of a sudden, a perfectly executed bump by OC, and here you go, bases juiced on the way for Hoyland.
Yeah, and Hoyland is a bat that you would definitely like to have at the plate right now as he takes ball number 1. Huzar is in the on deck circle right now, and he had that nice double to left field that brought in the first run.
And if you're Northern Cast, these are opportunities that you don't want to sit there going, what if, right, Josh? You got a chance to put 2-3 runs up on the board right now.
Hoyland pops this one up left side, and it's going to get out of play near the batting cages up the left field line.
Well, if you're Enderlin, you scored a run in the top half of the inning. If you can get out of here 0-1, runs, you're going to be feeling pretty good about yourself, going to that top of the third.
Yeah, especially going through this top third of the order right now with Hoyland, Huzar would be the outs. But instead of an out, it's flared into left field, and everyone's going to move up 90 feet. So Hoyland off the end of the bat goes to left field, opposite way, drops in a single to extend the lead to 3-1.
The old hit 'em where they ain't. It wasn't hit hard, but it was hit perfectly. If you were playing Battleship, if you will, that kind of sunk the submarine a little bit where that was hit. Perfectly executed inside-out swing by Hoyland.
And now it'll be Huzar up, still with the bases loaded and already one in. Bank North scoreboard is at 3-1 now. Huzar looking to do big damage right here as he sees ducks on the pond. This one is off the end of the bat, cued foul out of play. Now Dargo's just one good pitch, though, from getting away from Huzar and some of the best bats of this order. The 1-2. Corked into the left center field gap. Catch will be made in left. Runner is tagging. Throw's going to come into the infield, and they're going to advance both of the lead runners, so it's a sacrifice fly, and then the cutoff man at third base in Cashton Waitson was a little bit far off the bag, more towards the mound on the infield, and that allowed the runner from second to make it all the way to third with a feet-first slide.
OC heads up base running. They did the right job, right? You're trying to get the relay throw coming on in. The problem was third base was not occupied. So all of a sudden when you're OC, you see that tagging, you just know, hey, if I can get past the cutoff man, I'm going to get that extra 90 feet. So good base running. Enderlin would like that one back to have someone still covering third, because if that's the case,
they've got the runner hung up, and now they're looking at the runner at third base. And they're going to throw behind. Now throw to second. No, he's safe. So now runners at second and third right there. As I think the base runner, Hoyland, took off early intentionally there.
It's one of those where you take off early. You're hoping for a balk. You're hoping for maybe the pitcher to throw home. Either way, you're trying to bait the pitcher and maybe getting a free run, which nearly happened. If Adargo throws it to second, then that lead runner in OC might be beelining it for home. So if you're Enderlin, you'll give it to Northern Cass if you can get the out.
2-0, late swing. This ball is hit down the right field line. Diving attempt in right, but it's going to land foul away from the glove of Maverick Sandvig.
Yeah, so it's something that we've seen from Coach Johnson a time or two, just immediately go on that first pitch. And if you're not going to throw over to first again, you can get a balk. Maybe you airmail it to second or third. It's just putting more pressure on the pitcher in the infield.
Outside now 3-1 as Adargo misses outside.
But if you get this out, that stolen base really doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Yeah. Orion Adargo just trying to focus on the bat at hand right here, and he pumps in a strike to fill the count on Carter Wadeson. And that is swung through right there. And that is going to retire the side. It's 4-1 after more damage done. 2 runs in the bottom of the third. It's 4-1 on the Bank North scoreboard. Northern Cast on top on yourliveevent.com.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
Meet Blake, the messiest 4-year-old on the planet. He's no ordinary durability tester. Meet SmartStrand, no ordinary carpet. With all pet protection, it's the softest, most durable, easiest to clean carpet on the planet. When Blake's barn got a comfy makeover, SmartStrand came clean, even went up against a 2-ton rhino. Made to withstand all walks of life. Ask for SmartStrand, rhino tested, rhino approved.
Available at Carpet World, carpetworldfargo.com.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Top third of the lineup due for the Enderlin Eagles and Kevin Bratlin's squad. Anthony Wendell, Jacob Simbura, and Cashton Wadeson. All due to face Matthew Metzger on the mound. Lined a base hit over the outstretched glove of Hoyland at short, so it's a leadoff runner with Anthony Wendell reaching after he struck out looking in his first at bat. This time ends up on first base with nobody out.
Well, you had the Adargo base knock that was a good sound. Wendell with a good one right over the shortstop there, Josh, as you mentioned. And we saw Jacob nearly hit one out of the park down the right field line earlier on that golf swing. So they've had some good swings and cuts against Metzger.
Metzger over the outer edge for a strike to start the at-bat to Jacob Simbura, who struck out looking as well. Throw over to first, back in safely goes Wendell. But there have been some loud barrels and some decent contact off of Metzger in this game. The Orion Adargo double, by far the loudest and best struck ball that we've seen in this game. 4-1 advantage on the scoreboard for Northern Cass as they cling to that. No balls, 2 strikes, just barely off the plate. Runner on first, Wendell stays put, and he chops one foul. On the pull side, it's still 1-2. Simbura, the lefty, stands in, awaits the 1-2, and he takes wisely for ball 2.
Struck out, as you mentioned, Josh, earlier, but so far I like the at-bats that we've seen from Jacob so far between the first one and the second one here against Metzger.
There goes the runner. Fouled off down the right side. Out of play, 2-2 still the count as Wendell got a solid jump, probably had that one stolen.
And here's the thing with both of these teams. They're going to put runners in play at different situations. You're going to put pressure on the defense, see where you can go, open up a hole in the infield if you can wait on one here and maybe knock it through.
2-2 misses well high on the off speed. It's going to fill the count, and good patience being shown right now by Simbura.
Speaking of patience, you got to wait till Sunday, Josh, for Game 7 as a Timberwolves fan.
I'm on pins and needles right now. The legend of Anthony Edwards continues to grow.
And the Timberwolves and the Nuggets, we were talking on our drive out here this morning, one of the more stranger series to get to Game 7.
Runner goes, 3-2, popped up, foul territory left side. Is it playable? The third baseman over, makes the catch. That's Hoppy. And finally, Simbura is retired after a lengthy at-bat. I can't remember a single series where it went road team underdog, takes the first two, and then loses the next two at home, continues by losing Game 5, but then just an absolute rout in Game 6 to stay alive. So it's kind of an unbelievable series, and I can't wait for the conclusion of that one on Sunday.
It's going to be fun to see how that series concludes. It'll be curious to see how the Twins pick themselves up after getting swept by the Yankees when it comes to, the professional sports side of things.
This one's hacked foul and out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. And back to the Wolves. It's an anniversary on Sunday.
20 years.
Anniversary of Game 7 in 2004 when I was maybe 2 years old against the Kings. Pitch misses outside, so I think the runner will be safe. Well, they're going to... Oh, yeah, that was not a walk right there. Sorry, that was not a walk. That is a throw out at second base for the second out of the inning. So the count is 1-2, and the runner is erased at second base. Wendell unable to steal it after probably having it stolen a couple times in the previous at-bat, but foul balls brought him back to first. And now you're just one pitch away from getting out of this inning if you're Matthew Metzger. Misses high, though, with that one, and it's 2-2.
Really good job, though, by Waits, and threw a one-hopper to Hoyland. All that Hoyland really had to do when he got the ball was just pretty much apply the tag immediately to Wendell.
Yeah, that was a beautiful throw. That's a beautiful pitch on the outside corner and sends Cashton Wadeson packing. That's a looking strikeout. 5 strikeouts today for Matthew Metzger as we head to the bottom of the 4th on YourLiveEvent.com.
Central Cass Schools' mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
Here at Dakota Heritage Bank in Red Lake Falls, we pride ourselves on serving you with experienced, friendly bankers who make all decisions locally. Our bankers are available to help you with any of your financial needs. We offer a variety of deposit products from checking accounts to IRAs. Our quick local decisions allow you to borrow money and make your purchases today. Stop in or call one of our local friendly bankers today at 218-253-2265. Member FDIC.
And now we come back to the bottom of the 3rd inning here as the Bank North scoreboard reads 4-1. At Bank North, they take community to heart, helping their customers achieve their financial goals while supporting and improving the great communities that they serve. They're more than just a bank. Bank North is a community partner that you can always count on. It's values-based banking. To learn more, visit ibanknorth.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Northern Cass will step in to take their cuts in the bottom of the 3rd inning as Sam Clement will lead things off. That one misses, so it's going to be ball 1, ball and a strike. on the outer third. That's a good location for a Dargo to live right there.
He'll take it. He's done a good job with the breaking ball, too, a little bit. That's the thing with Clemens. We'll see where he goes. A little bit of a pitcher's count.
Lobs that one in there with the off speed. Hit up the middle. Pick at first is dug out. Well done by the first baseman, Ethan Simbura.
A really good job with the pick in the dirt to get that out. We've seen through 2.5 games, that's not the most easiest of plays at first. We've seen some errors, but Ethan did a really nice job on that particular play.
And that'll bring up Matthew Hoppy, the third baseman. Flew out to first in his only at-bat, and he takes in there for strike number 1. 4 hits mustered by Northern Cass through the first couple innings. Hoppy takes high for ball number 1.
Northern Cass put up 12 runs in their first win against Enderlin. Then their most recent win just after the turn of the calendar month in May, they put up a 13-0 win at Enderlin at Hendrickson Field the last time these two met.
Fouled straight back into the netting, and it's 2-2.
So we've seen Northern Cass put the ability to put runs up, but Enderlin's done a good job against Metzger, too, getting some runners on. Kind of reminds me of Oaks, though. They just haven't got that big, productive hit.
In there for strike number 3. That's a good off-speed pitch. Freezes Hoppy, and that's another looking strikeout. The 4th strikeout for Adargo. Designated hitter Colin Mitchell steps in with 2 on and nobody aboard, with Adargo looking for his first 1-2-3 inning. This could do it as it's popped up on the infield, and the shortstop will take charge. That's Braden Lemnis putting away Mitchell for out number 3. Quick 1-2-3, 3 up, 3 down inning as we advance on here on YourLiveEvent.com. It's 4-1 in favor of Northern Cass.
Emery Vistos Implement has been family owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts. Make sure you check out their garden center with all new grills, smokers, and griddles. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their Ariat and Cinch clothing section, along with Ariat and Twisted X footwear. At Emery Vistos Implement, anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or call 701-742-2167.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
4-1 on the Bank North scoreboard. Northern Cass leads Enderlin in the 3rd game here on YourLiveEvent.com from Castleton, hosting the Region 1 baseball tournament. As the winner of this game will be taking on the Kindred Vikings. The 2-seeded Vikings will be the hosting team for the winner of Northern Cass and Enderlin. And Metzger will face off against Braden Lemnis, the cleanup batter for the Eagles. Lemnis looking to start a rally here as they're down 3 runs in the top of the 4th.
Enderlin's put themselves squarely in this game as we reach that midway point, and as the lower seed, that's the biggest thing you want. We always talk about springing an upset in any sport. Final quarter, final inning, you really want to give yourself a striking distance. And that's what we've seen so far here. Northern Cass, give them credit, got up early. They haven't really pushed a lead yet, but they haven't also stretched away from these Eagles.
And it honestly kind of feels closer than this 4-1 score would suggest, as the breaking ball bends back over the inside corner for Metzger, and another looking strikeout as Lemnis goes down. What a breaking ball that was, just late late turn signal right there. Took a left turn and hit the corner.
Yeah, Cash kind of got buckled up a little bit on that one. Really good movement by Metzger. Now back-to-back strikeouts for him. And as we alluded to, if you can get an off-speed or a breaking ball going and locate it with consistency, especially on the inner part of the plate, not on the outer part where you can jam a batter, there's not much where they can do with that pitch.
Chopped up the middle. Hoyland's going to get there. Fires from second base and makes the play. Quickly 2 down now. And to that point earlier about this game feels a little bit closer than it is. The error forces across at least one unearned run for Northern Cass as Enderlin threw the ball away earlier in this one, so tack on some extra runs for Northern Cass from that, and then there have been some left on base for Enderlin as they just couldn't get the clutch 2-out hit to keep their rally in the second inning going. But certainly not out of it right now. But down goes Weston Clausen with another strikeout as he's 0 for 2 on the day. And we go to the bottom of the fourth this time with Northern Cass leading 4-1.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
And we got a 4-1 ball game on our hands with Enderlin tied up in that top half of the fourth, unable to put across a run. We head to the bottom of the fourth now with Northern Cass taking up the bat. Central Cass has already played twice here today. Their work is done. And Central Cass played one game here in game number 2 as they knocked off Oak Grove with a sizable margin. Our first game, though, was Oak Grove and Oaks, where the Grovers came out victorious in that game and then went on to face the number 1 seed Central Cass, where Central Cass went up big in that one and never looked back. Adargo gets a jam shot off the end of the bat. That's a quick first out of the bottom half of the fourth.
The last time Metzger was up again, put the bunt down, got on base with the air, and kind of something that Central Cass took advantage of there in the second with a couple of runs coming across.
Metzger first pitch swinging, lines it to right. We might have a play at first, but it's dropped. Probably would have been safe anyway, but not very often you get to see a 9-3 attempt.
Not too often. The right fielder, they're kind of shading in, not expecting any power, that is, right? Maybe more of a lash or a line drive that you see there. And in doing so, it does allow the infielders to be ready, Josh, if there is a quick single that's hit out to right field.
Metzger goes first pitch. Throw down to second is going to be off the bag. It had some pretty decent velocity on it right there, but then ended up on the shortstop side of second base.
Yeah, good job by Metzger, able to get in scoring position. Trying to help your own cause a little bit here.
1-0, lash to third, bobbled. Runner at second is going to try to advance. He's safe. The ball came out of the glove of the third baseman as Wadeson couldn't hang on. He saw the runner was trying to advance to third, and tag play was there, and I think he got him with the tag, but jarred the ball loose, so that's why the runner is safe.
Yeah, there wasn't the completion, right? Like you mentioned, he bobbled it first, did cash. Then he did a good job coming back through to take a look, see if he can get the runner and Metzger out at third. He easily had him beat with the applied tag, but just like anything else, you got to make sure that ball stays in the glove throughout, and unable to do so. And Northern Cass catches a break here, Josh, in the fourth inning.
You know, have runners at the corners with one out, and we'll see if they can capitalize with Hoyland at the plate. Osi will go down to second with the delayed steal.
And very similar, second time we've seen that from Northern Cass. It's one of those, especially with one out, not so much with two, but when you do that with one out, if the runner does get out at second, but the runner comes in at third when you're leading, you'll almost gladly give out the out, Josh, for it.
It's kind of like a sacrifice fly in that sense right there. 1-1 count now with one out, two runners in scoring position for the left-handed batting shortstop of Northern Cass. Trey Huzar waits on deck, has a double and a sac fly. Flied to right, deep. The right fielder was playing shallow. This ball is off the base of the wall, and Hoyland is digging for third. It's going to play 2 runs with a triple. Chris Hoyland yanks a stand-up triple off the signs in right field and makes it a 6-1 Northern Cass lead.
That's about the hardest hit we've seen from the Jags so far here at the plate. Hoyland able to deliver the goods his last time up in the second with an RBI. Does it as well here in the fourth, and that could be one where you go back, Josh.
Laced up the middle off the pitcher, and that's going to sting right there. Hoyland's going to score, and it's 7-1, and we'll see if there's a little bit of time given now for Adargo, who took that one off of a shin, perhaps, on the hard hits from Huzar.
Kevin will come up, make sure he's all right after a couple back-to-back quality hits from Hoyland and Huzar. Now you just got to see, again, that plant foot. Sometimes you wonder about the ankles. Sometimes it could be the shin. Other times it could be the knee. And just kind of one-hopped, and we've seen a couple right up the middle so far today throughout these games. Josh, if you're a pitcher, again, you got to field your position, be ready. It's almost like the third base gets on you quickly particular times from these batters.
Yeah, gotta be quick to defend after the follow-through on some of these line drives that we've seen. Huzar on first base now. Wadeson takes the pitch inside. Pickoff attempt at first, runners back in safely.
And this is where, going back to Hoyland's hit, saying, that could be a big one in the game where the game kind of opened up a little bit here for Northern Cass. Also part of it now, if Northern Cass can continue to keep the line moving, you start thinking about that 10-run rule potentially coming into effect here in the fourth or possibly the fifth.
Runner goes, throw down to second will not be in time. The shortstop, Lemnis, goes out to knock it down in center field, keep the runner at second.
And what we were saying earlier, where maybe that 4-1 game feels a little closer than what it was, well, now all of a sudden you get a couple runners on, get a couple runners in, and Northern Cass now even has a little bit more comfortable of a lead. And if you're the Jags, now you are thinking in the back of your mind, hey, if we can finish through 4.5 or 5, don't have to waste pitches, don't have to waste arms, it's go time right now here in the fourth.
It becomes imperative on Metzger in the next half inning to throw some strikes and try and keep that pitch count down as much as possible.
Well, if you're Enderlin, how can you get 2 outs as quickly as possible right now here in the bottom half of the fourth inning?
Here could be one if the play is made at second. It is. Weston Clausen over to Ethan Simbura on the 4-3 putout of Wadeson makes it 2 down. So there is 1 out after you call for it right there. It's a quick one.
That's what Enderlin's going to need, right? Try to keep it here at 6 runs, and then you got to start putting some good at-bats in your own right.
Line to the left side and through a base hit, and Huzar will walk home now. So that makes it 4 runs in this inning. This is the big inning for Northern Cass in the bottom of the 4th. They've doubled their lead nearly and made it 8-1.
This is blood in the water time if you're Northern Cass, right? If Hoppy can get a board, can you keep the line going around the carousel, if you will, a little bit here? And now you kind of got Uncle Mo all on your side in the dugout feeling pretty good.
Swung on and missed, 1-1 now with Hoppy in the batter's box. Clement, a pretty significant lead off of first, stays put. Jam shot up the third base line, charging hard. Throw to first will not be in time, and it's going to get through the first baseman. And around goes Clement to score. Throw to the plate is done in time, and that'll make it a 9-1 ball game. Now these defensive throws that are probably low percentage on whether you're going to get them at first base, that can be the difference between like these higher seed teams and the lower seed teams just being smart and holding the ball when you're not going to get a runner.
And I get what Waitson's trying to do, right? You're trying to get the last out of the inning, trying to get the bats up.
That ball was swung on and missed, and it's going to advance a runner to third base on the drop pitch.
And so you're trying to get out of the inning. The problem, though, with it is to what just happened. The run comes in. The guy who was at home plate and Hoppy gets to second, now to third off the pass ball.
Swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner on third now with 2 down.
And it gives Northern Cass one more run of that 10-run rule that we're talking about. To your point, Josh, if you eat it, I know it's tough to do. It's still a 3-run game at this point. A 7-run game.
Fouled off up the first base line. Good defensive swing there by Mitchell as the runner is up now 90 feet to third. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Just missed high with the off-speed pitch from Adargo.
And 9 batters to the plate here for the Jags, doing a good job just staying with the baseball, not doing too much, just putting the ball in play, finding the hole.
And that's a hit by pitch. There'll be runners at the corners now. Orion was a strike away from getting out of this inning, but now he's going to have to redo it with runners at the corners.
And with Westland, you start thinking about, okay, you put one in the outfield, the run does come in, and then all of a sudden, how far can you put it in the outfield? Then you will start talking about another 10-run potential game here, Josh, if it does happen.
Check on the runner, Mitchell, and that one get away. I think it's into right field, and that will plate another run. Mitchell's now going to get to third. So now we are nearing that 10-run rule mark. And the run is at third base. And Northern Cass would need to slam the door shut again in the top of the 5th inning if they were to score this run from third.
Yeah, Hoppy comes in to score. Mitchell makes his way to third base, and that's a self-inflicted wound right there again for Enderlin. I think that's kind of been the mantra, if you will, the last inning or two defensively for the Eagles, just a couple of self-inflicted wounds.
That one's in there for a strike now. Count is at 1-1. It's Westland at the plate right now. Count even at 2. Westland trying to get that all-important 11th run in to make it a 10-run game, to put the 10-run rule in effect if they were to slam the door shut. This is a blooper into the left field grass almost, but the catch is made by Cashton Wadeson. So 6 runs come to the plate, and it's a 10-1 lead on the Bank North scoreboard for the Jags. And we head to the 5th after this.
Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Plus, Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting and paint mixing section for your own do-it-yourself projects. From their grill selection with Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to their customer laser engraving center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
A 10-1 ball game with Northern Cass on top with the 10-run rule in mind, and Metzger is going to try to slam it shut right here. They're up by 9 and could walk it off in the bottom half if they are able to muster enough run power. Metzger will be dealing with Simbura, Sandvig, and Gruba, the bottom third of the Enderlin lineup.
For Enderlin, it's the obvious comment, but now it's about plating runs, right? I mean, you don't want to be down to your final 3 outs here in the inning if case Northern Cass does score a run in the bottom half of the 5th. So anything that you can get, try to extend this game as long as you can and maybe put 3, 4, 5 good at-bats together, Josh, and see if you can put your own 2-3 run inning together here.
Metzger comes back with a couple pitches on the black to even the count at 2 after he fell behind 2-0. Nearly hit him with the off-speed pitch. Simbura was ready to wear it, but will settle back in for a full count payoff pitch. And that pitch misses outside. And now we'll take our in-game update here, brought to you by the Red River Valley Fair. Red River Valley Fair has 3 weekends this year, from June 28th to 30th, July 4th to 7th, and July 11th to 14th, the 3 weekends that they'll be in town in West Fargo, as they will have Gabriel Iglesias, Young Gravy, Ludacris Skillet there for the first couple weeks, then finishing things off with Blake Shelton and Riley Green in concert. As that ball is cut through by Sandvig. No balls, 2 strikes, but Northern Cass has been able to score in 3 of the 4 innings that they've come to bat. They plated 2 in the first, they plated 2 in the second, and then break out for a 6-run 4th inning of play to get to their 10 runs now. Enderlin only able to plate 1 run in the 2nd inning. Things getting out of hand in the 4th for them. That ball is swung on and missed as Sandvik goes down for his 2nd time on strikes.
8 strikeouts for Metzger so far. Done a pretty good job in that particular category. And hasn't allowed too many base runners here for Enderlin.
He had a walk in both of the first 2 innings, but he's settled down nicely, facing the minimum in his last 2 innings. In in there for a strike, and it's no balls, 2 strikes now. Time called, and now we'll step out and redo the 0-2 offering. Metzger to the catcher, Gruba. Went around, and down he goes on strikes. It'll be Wendell to the plate now. Anthony Wendell, the center fielder for Enderlin, is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and then a single in this most recent bat in the 3rd. Pitch misses wide from Metzger, 1-0. We saw Wendell have an adventurous trip around the bases last time, and he was thrown out eventually trying to steal second, but he had it stolen a couple times on pitches that got fouled off, and then he got caught eventually. And in the 3rd inning, Enderlin just sent the minimum to the plate. Ball and a strike to the Eagles center fielder with Jacob Simbera on deck, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop out to 3rd. That one misses just up, 2 balls and a strike. Curveball bends back over. Impressive curve right there. In there for strike 2. A quick look ahead. We'll have our Petro Stopping Center post-game show, as now this will complete the inning with a throw down to first base. And Northern Cass holds their 9-run lead and has a chance to walk it off in the 5th, already up 9 runs. It's 10-1 on the Bank North scoreboard. Northern Cass looking to end things early here in Castleton.
It's the North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 3rd and 4th.
Closey with the 0-2 pitch.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 10th and 11th.
Right corner West is there for the dig. Backs at Boganry for another kill.
Plus, the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 15th and 16th.
Really nice quality second half. Goes off the backboard for the duck to Carson Yale.
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back. With an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill, you'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
We got a pitching change here heading into the bottom of the 5th. Orion Adargo is done. Weston Clausen will come in from second base to pitch. Adargo moves to third base and pushes Cashton Wadeson over to second. And it'll be up to Clausen to try and keep things from getting 10 runs here in the bottom of the 5th. Northern Cass has been able to score in 3 of their 4 innings that they've come to bat, most recently putting up 6 runs off of Adargo in the 4th. They'll send up to the plate the bottom 2, and then Osi, the leadoff hitter. And this broadcast of the tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. And we will head now to Metzger batting. Fouled off out of play. No balls and a strike. No balls, 2 strikes, rather. The 0-2 pitch. Metzger, with a late emergency swing, fouls this one off. And it made it through the netting and into the bleachers.
Yeah, there's just enough of a gap, and almost like the fair games trying to hit the bop puddles, so to speak, Josh. It just didn't work too many times, so that one did.
Foul off again by Metzger, and he'll stay alive, hanging tough.
That doesn't happen too terribly often here in Castleton.
0-2 pitch. Yanked foul again. There's not a whole lot of velocity coming in from Clausen, but he's putting it in a good spot. Not letting Metzger barrel this up.
And here's a skinny right now in the bottom half of the 5th. 1 run comes across. Northern Cass 10-run rolls Enderlin. Enderlin trying to get 3 outs before anything of that nature happens. And try to get to the top of the 6th, and then we could keep talking about this for one more inning before we finally get to that 7th.
Clausen comes set with the 1-2. And just fouled back. Metzger is just hanging around right there, looking for something to drive, being protective. Clausen's 1-2 misses in the dirt, skips on a bounce to the plate.
Metzger's done a good job both, on the mound at the plate today. We've seen him have strikeouts. We've seen the stolen base. We've seen the runs scored. Little Mr. Do everything in the 9 spot here for Coach Johnson.
Just missed right there, and that'll fill the count at 3-2. Kindred awaits the winner of this game as they warm up on the left side. This ball's popped up foul. Watch out, Kindred. Count stays full.
That game's scheduled to start at around 6:30 here tonight, as Kindred will definitely take infield, outfield.
Pitch misses inside, and the leadoff man is aboard. And that runner in Metzger is the one that matters right now. If he comes around to score, the game would be complete. To the top of the order for OC now. Check on the runner, back in safely.
There's been a handful of errors by Enderlin here today, and that's really been the difference maker, Josh, and some of the unearned runs that have came across here for Northern Cass, and they've taken full advantage of that.
There goes the runner Metzger down to second, and the snag is made there at second. So we have substitutions in there at second. That's Cashton Wadeson at second. Winning run in scoring position. OC's going to lay down the bunt, but it trickles foul. Count is 0-2 right now for OC. Jags trying to push across the winning run right here and manufacture it maybe with a little small ball in OC. But no balls, 2 strikes right now. It might not be laying down the bunt anymore. He squares, pulls back, and will miss inside. Sam Johnson asking his second baseman to lay down that bunt, and he's going to come in and talk to him right now. Johnson heads back to his third base coaching position. Winning run at second. Osi stands in with a 1-2 count, and that ball is thrown into center field. They tried to pick off the runner, and it will advance Metzger another 90 feet. So move Metzger to third with nobody out. The winning run stands 90 feet away. Osi choked up at least 2-3 inches on the bat right now. He is going to put this ball in play at all costs. But he takes strike three looking, and Osi goes down. It'll go to Hoyland. Infield is not really in on the grass right now, even though it's the winning run at third base. Hoyland squares to bunt. Northern Cass still thinking about small balling this final run across. If the run does come in, we'll have our Petro Stopping Center post-game show shortly after a break, and we'll hear from a player from the victorious side. Two balls and no strikes with Clausen on the mound trying to end this inning before the run can get across. Hoyland draws the infield in with the bunt show, but then swings away and fouls it off. Hoyland awaits the 2-1 pitch. He swings and misses. It's now 2-2. Clausen really in need of this, and he does get that strikeout right there as Hoyland goes down swinging. Scoreboard is a bit off, and now that is a third strike, and it will leave it to Trey Huzar. Clausen fighting valiantly here in the fifth. That pitch misses to Huzar. The 3-seed Northern Cass looking to advance with a base hit right here. Huzar takes outside, and they are trying to secure a date with number 2 Kindred, who is awaiting up the third base line right now behind the Enderlin dugout. Inside to Huzar. We'll see who they have pitching next game. Huzar is a dominant lefty ace, one of the top pitchers in Region 1 this year. And they're going to send Huzar to first and intentionally walk him. They'll bring up Wadeson to the plate, who's 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a 4-3 ground out to second. So they're going to try and take their chances with Wadeson over Huzar in a 3-0 count, just being very cautious pitching to Huzar. Huzar is already a third of the way to second base. I mean, there could have been a free out maybe there available. I know that playing a pickoff could be a little bit dangerous. They've already thrown one away, but Huzar is just going to jog, and now they got Huzar intentionally in the pickle, and they're just going to play a game of chicken. When is Metzger going to go? Here comes the throw to the plate, and they're going to get it there, and Northern Cass will walk it off with the game of chicken. Metzger comes in to score, and that will do it. The final score is 11-1 Northern Cass comes out on top. They get in the pickle, but it was Enderlin that could not capitalize, and that forces across the final run of the game as Northern Cass has secured their date with Kindred. First pitch is scheduled for 6:30, 1 hour from now. So we'll have that game for you here on yourliveevent.com. But first, we will have our Petro Stopping Center post-game show that will include an interview with a member of the winning side Jaguars team that 10-run rules Enderlin. So Enderlin not out. This is double elimination right here, but they end up falling in the third game of the Region 1 tournament. They will play Saturday, tomorrow at 4 p.m. versus Oak Grove. So we have more of our bracket filled in, as it will be Enderlin and Oak Grove tomorrow at 4. We have Oaks playing the loser of the next game between Kindred and Northern Cass at 1:30 tomorrow. So it'll be Oaks versus the loser of the following game, as Northern Cass, let's see here, moves on versus Enderlin, and that game concludes now with the 10-run rule. Northern Cass on to face Kindred an hour from now. We'll step aside and come back with the Petro Stopping Center post-game show after this.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. This spring has been a trying time, and we may feel everything is out of our control. Please remember to slow down and stay safe this spring. Come home to your families each and every night. Please use this time to make sure your planter is ready to go. Keep downtime to a minimum. When you get into the fields, we are here to help you with any planting issues that may come up. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Your local Castleton agents, Scott Kramer and Tyler Wasleen, wish the Squirrels the best of luck this postseason.
Red River Valley Speedway, what a great place to let your heart race. Excitement second to none. Every Friday night you're gonna feel alright. Your destination for family fun.
Get ready for racing this Friday night at 7 at the Red River Valley Speedway. Family fun for everyone. Sponsored by Performance Auto, Valley Green & Associates, and Vizzy. For details, log on to redrivervalleyspeedway.com.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And welcome to our Petro Stopping Center post-game show here. And we got Matthew Metzger up in the booth. And Mr. Metzger, that was a solid pitching performance right there. A decent number of punch-outs nearing double digits right there. What was working for you on the mound today?
My catcher just had me calling a great game. It's pretty hot, big hole in the mound, but I was able to do it. We worked hard for all the outs, and the pitching just came together today.
And the bats were able to get it going too. The first couple innings, scratch across 4 runs, break out for 6 more runs. In the 4th inning, what was working with the bats today?
I think we just really needed to find it. You know, sometimes it takes teams like a couple innings. Today, it took us a couple innings. So I think we just really were able to get going and have ourselves a big inning.
And you guys have got some pretty solid pitching depth on this team, and now you're going to be able to throw another strong arm in your second game of the night here as you take on Kindred here in a moment. What's the excitement like going up against a 2-seed Kindred in just a moment?
We're excited to face them. They're always a good team to play, especially in the tournament, but Trey's going to go out there and he's going to do his best, and it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, we've seen Trey against this Kindred squad before, just a couple weeks ago, and that was a solid game for both squads right there, went back and forth. But looking forward to that one, and good luck with that one as you move on. But what's the emotion as you guys are able to get this first one in the bag?
It's good. It saves us a lot of time if we don't get it, but our mentality here is just play every game to win. There's no losing here. We just keep pushing through this tournament.
And what's the advantage that you had with being able to get that 10-run rule and maybe save some bullets in the chamber?
It saves my arm for sure, and it's a good feeling to come off a good win, to come face a good team like Kindred.
Well, you certainly got that win, and now you can go on and face the Vikings, and best of luck with that. Thanks for joining me.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
Welcome back to the Petro Stopping Center post-game show. Head over to the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo for a feast fit for a king. Love that chicken from Popeyes, a juicy cheesesteak, or melt in your mouth Cinnabon. If you're feeling extra peckish, dive into some Papa John's Pizza or hit up the glorious Dolly Down restaurant. And that is the Petro Stopping Center just off of 45th Street and I-94 in Fargo. Let's get to our RDK Enterprises precision play of the game, and that's going to be the 10 strikeouts in this one from Matthew Metzger, who you heard from just moments ago. Metzger was able to quiet the bats of Enderlin and just hold them to 1 run in the second inning. He stranded more runners on base, but had a pretty clean outing in just 5 innings. He was able to rack up the strikeouts, including the strikeouts as 2/3 of those 15 outs recorded. So he's able to save the arm a little bit before they take on the Kindred Vikings, the number 2 seed. So we have a 3 versus 2 matchup coming up next on Your Live Event. Will be our final game on YourLiveEvent.com from the Region 1 baseball tournament here tonight in Castleton. 11-1 is your final. Northern Cass 10-run rules Enderlin through 5. And a big thank you to our sponsors for making everything happen here today, as we could not do this each and every day without them. So if you see them out and about, give them a shout out, give them a thank you, because they're the reason we can do this and have this coverage for you at the Region 1 baseball tournament. For Chase Miller, I'm Josh Boyko signing off from game number 3 from Castleton. Game 4, estimated first pitch at about 6:30 p.m., just under an hour from now on YourLiveEvent.com.